Welcome back, everybody, to the just over 1/3 mile track here at Lincoln Speedway. We just finished up with the big block modifieds, restarted the stream, and here we are to bring you the second half of the broadcast for the Winged 360 division. This is an open setup division, so the times you see will be some of the fastest times you've seen out there. Austin Madeja sitting there with his best time of a 13:88. Michael Farron out there with a 13:97. So these are some blazing times. Both those guys are the ones who have broken into the 13-second mark. No qualifying here, as we will head straight to our first heat. And this should be a good one here tonight. I'm interested to see how everybody goes. Heat 1, of course, brought to you by Nuke's Performance. Let's take a look at the starting grid. Chris Schaefer with Inferno Motorsports sitting in the number 1 position next to Dylan Ayler. Watch out for him. I've seen a lot of speed out of that 92 machine out there. Bob Everson will be 3rd. Austin Madeja, he was the fastest during practice, sitting 4th. Ian Humphreys in 5th. Charles Mayo is in that 6th position, and finishing out the final of the field is Jordan Lawrenson in the back in the number 4 machine. And it's interesting to see where all these guys start and kind of how this flip-flop goes, especially in the invert. The faster guys are more toward the back rather than closer or farther in the front. So the swap between these two should be pretty interesting. I do have I believe about 14 drivers here locked and loaded for this one. Definitely a better turnout than we had in the big block modifieds. Pace truck lights are out. We should be getting this one underway. I do want to mention you guys taking a look at Inferno Motorsports. Inferno Motorsports was established in December of 22 by Chris Schaefer, Chris Forsyth, and Dennis Noakes to promote a competitive and fun race atmosphere. But they're not only a team, but a community. Inferno Motorsports is willing to help anyone, even if you're not part of their team. So they're always looking for good, clean drivers, no matter how fast, to be part of the Inferno family. Contact them through Inferno Motorsports at gmail.com if you're interested in being part of the family. Right now, I'm part of being all about green flag here as these guys are underway here for Heat 1. Chris Schaefer looks like he's going to be chasing down Dylan Ayler. We got an awesome launch there right at the line. Seems to be skirting away here pretty good. Dylan Ayler right now, fastest times here on the track, 18:91. Only one to break into the 18 so far, but somebody's got to start making up about another 3 or 4 more seconds here to see what we saw during practice as we continue taking a look at Chris Schaefer here in the 23. He's right now under a lot of pressure by Austin Madeja. Madeja sitting here on the inside. Now Schaefer up toward the top. That is not going to be the line here tonight. As Schaefer drops a position here, Everson trying to get another one. He sits 3rd. Oh no, Madeja turn. Let's take a quick peek at that. CSR Cinematography replay here. Right there, so close. So close, just a little tick right there on the back. Sends him around. Boy, that's a bummer. All right, caution laps do not count. Back underway here in just a moment. Nuke's Performance is giving the setups out there to the 360 guys. That way they've at least got something to go on here. Austin Madeja, unfortunately, will be starting in the last position. Painful to see that, as he's going to be trying to turn to get back to the front. Dylan Ayler and Chris Schaefer still in the front. Pace truck is out. It's kind of interesting because I really question it. Where is the restart zone here? Normally, I've heard in the dirt, 4 tires off, it's go time. That is not the situation here, because if that were the case, Dylan Ayler would be launching out of turn 2. into 3 and 4. Let's see how Schaefer's doing next to Everson. Everson trying to do a little better than he did in the big block modifieds. A lot of trouble out of him sitting there. Third place, inside line. And Jordan Lawrenson, he's trying to see if he can get a little something going here on that outside. Madeja trying to turn back forward, get some more of these positions back. Bob Everson has gone ahead and gotten around Chris Schaefer. Schaefer on the march back now. Started in the front position. Dylan Ayler got him, and now Bob Everson has him. Next will be Ian Humphreys, but he's done. We're trying to see if he can reach out and touch him now. He's got a little ways to go, though, by half second to catch him. Ooh, bad turn there by Humphreys. Not good there. Up close. Oh, triangulates the turn, makes contact. And that was awesome. He gets impaled here, and Ian Humphreys is done. No caution as the checker flag is out. Chris Schaefer to the backup car. His getting hooked 23 is done. So Dylan Ayler, Bob Everson, Chris Schaefer 1, 2, and 3, and Jordan Lawrenson will sit 4th. Charles Mayo 5th. Austin Madeja gets 6th, and Ian Humphreys on the last lap gets totaled out. Yikes. All right, we're getting ready for heat number 2, of course, brought to you by Highline Cinematography. Talk a little bit about Highline Cinematography. It was formed in 2022 by Dylan Berg. Highline Cinematography was based off an idea of how he can make sim racing game look as real as possible. Growing up and around sprint cars, this has fueled his passion. Follow Highline Cinematography on Discord, Facebook, or on Instagram. Let's talk about our starting lineup on this one. Matthew Croakey, excellent. Starting number 1, Brian Auks 2nd. Trevor Schrader in the 3rd, Michael Farron 4th. Matthew Mateer starting on the inside of row 3, Matt Grimm 6th, and Tamara Cunha will be 7th. I've got to admit, right here, this is an insane setup right here. Between Farron is one of the faster guys in iRacing. You've got Croakey starting in the front. You've got Schrader, who didn't do too bad in the big blocks. Brian Auks, he's not one to kind of turn your nose up at. He's a fast driver. So right now, Heat 2, this is looking awesome. Heat 2 is looking great for these drivers out here, especially the ones here in the front row. I'm interested to see how it swaps, though. Mike Farron sitting in that number 22 on the outside. We'll see how he does here. And, boy, man, trying to get launched out while in the middle of a turn. It's got to be so tough. Brian Auks outside line. Trying to see if he can get past Mike Farron. Farron's still got him here. Farron closes the gap. Uh-oh. Croakey. From first to last. I don't think that's what Ricky Bobby meant to say. He said if you're not first, you're last. That doesn't mean you get turned around here. Let's take a look at Matthew Croakey on this replay. Check out what happens here. Uh-oh. There it is. Yeah, it looks like the number 19 of Schrader got into him here, but it does, you know, just taking a look at it here, just how this rolls through. Looks like something happens here. Schrader's got a heck of a run, and it looks like the man playing leapfrog gets hammered here. And that's going to do it. That's going to send him to the back of the pack, really. Watch everybody else skate around him there. That's something you don't see every day. Some of the stuff I'm used to, normally everybody stares at the car and smashes into it. All right. I think Croakey should have a faster pair, but I don't think he's going to use it here. He's not going to come back out. Schrader is down pit. I think he had to come in and get some repairs done, so he's going to get it fixed. Croakey's just going to take the final spot in the feature. That's going to be heartbreaking, especially starting in the back. You got a lot of fast guys, so he's going to be battling all the way back to the front. These guys head to Charlotte next week. Halfway through this heat, let's get her back underway. Auks in the front, Farron sitting second. Watch Mike Farron. Something tells me he's now with all this room to run, he's getting ready to take off, and we're back under caution. What in the world happened there? Not sure. Maybe it was a false start here. Something didn't look good. This is a restart. Yeah, it threw us back under caution. Croaky's still in pit, so nothing should have happened here, so I think there was a little hiccup during the restart. So they're going to reline them up and try to re-rack them and try that one more time. So Brian Hawk still has the lead. Michael Farron had an interesting line. I'm wondering if Matt Grimm or Matier is going to kind of try to combat what he was doing, trying to triangulate that turn there a little bit. John O'Brien out there saying, go Trevor. Schrader still trying to resurrect his heat race here. Unfortunately, him and Croaky got tied up. So these guys are going to go ahead and sit behind the A&J pace truck here. And we unfortunately have somebody down in the bottom in the Giddings Mobile Repair work area. That will be Matthew Croaky in the 02. We should see him back out for the feature. Definitely a bummer on the racing incident there, but it's definitely going to be still going to be a good race here. All right, pace truck is off. Aux, Farron, Matier, 1, 2, and 3. Let's get it going here. Green flag back out. Caution laps are not counted here, so they're going to chop it up a little bit. Look at Farron on the outside. Farron in the number 22 on the way into the cushion. Is able to get such a huge launch. Look at the speed. Holy cow, Brian Aux with an excellent block there, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it again. He is right now Farron fastest between 3 and 4 with a 7.15. He is right now blazing. Right now, that is the strongest turn. And right now, Brian Hawk says, oh, no, you don't. You're not getting past me. Squishes him into the wall. So Brian Hawk's now in the 023, sitting in the front. And here we come through Farron's fastest turn. I don't know if Farron's got some damage now. Seeing that he kind of bit that wall a little bit. Triangulates the turn. He's going to run right up on Hawks again. Right now, these two going back and forth here. This is an awesome race. I see Brian Hawks trying to give Farron a little something here, but I think he's lost it. Farron outside line into the cushion. That's going to do it. Farron pulling away now. Has the separation he needs. He's going to, I guarantee he's going to take the win on this heat. Gets pulled away. Matier trying to see if he can run down Hawks now. Matt Grimm fastest on the track with a 14:41. Unfortunately, he is down in the 4th. In the 91 machine. White flag is out. Farron driving away with this one over half a second. As soon as he could get clear, he was gone. And that's going to do it. Michael Farron, Aux, Brian Aux, and Matthew Matier, 1, 2, and 3. Matt Grimm sits 4th. Trevor Schrader in the 5th. Cunha and Croaky out of it. Going to be starting from the back of the pack in the next round. All right, that should go ahead and get our warm-up squared away here. See if we can get these guys locked and loaded and ready for this drive here. Warm-up should be getting just underway here. Chris Schaefer, talk to me about the warm-up here and a little bit about Inferno Motorsports.
Yeah, man, you know, we do a 3-wide salute here for everybody that tunes in and watches the supports us. And Inferno Motorsports is mostly a sprint car team, a bunch of guys that get along really well. We're a small community and have a lot of fun together, man.
Oh, yeah. As you guys get lined up here, man. Interesting to see how many drivers are out here tonight. It's definitely a good turnout for sure.
I think we got like 14 or 15.
Yeah.
I'm not for sure, but I'd like to have more. But, you know, all it takes is 10 to have a good race.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely for sure. For sure, man. Definitely. I always like seeing a good pile of cars. I knew the big blocks. I think everybody got a little nervous about those heavy things getting lugged around here.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a different beast of those, especially on a small track. Nobody to handle. So, but on this time, Bob, we're going to do our 3 wide salute and thank the fans.
You're doing a great fill-in for Jay Giddings here, Chris.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 3 wide Thunder salute for all your views and support. And thank you for tuning in. All right, that's it, man.
That is going to do it for our warm-up here. These guys getting squared away here. They'll have a little bit of time to kind of flatten it out. I would probably think admin's going to send this straight to the race. No time wasted here. Oop. Let's have a couple more cars damaged. Yikes. Matt Grimm in that one. All right. Feature race coming up. 25 laps that we've got for you here tonight. I'm pretty excited about this one. I'm pretty excited, especially seeing what kind of speed and opportunities these guys will have, especially Ayler and Farron. Something tells me there's a little animosity going on between these two. Let's get taking a look at it. Dylan Ayler, Michael Farron front row, Bob Evertson and Brian Auks 3 and 4. Chris Schaefer will be sitting 5th with Matthew Mateer sitting in that 6th position. Jordan Lawrenson on the inside of row 4. On the outside is Matt Grimm. That's who I was looking for, is where Matt Grimm was. I know he's due for another win here. Charles Mayo sitting in 9th. Trevor Schrader, 10th position. Actually starting a lot farther back, especially after that mashup there. So that's where you're going to see everybody else who got in a bunch of trouble. Austin Badeja being one of them as well, starting 11th. And on the outside of row 6, Cunha. And rotating to the final stack of the people here, Ian Humphreys, who we saw impale himself onto the guardrail, and Matthew Croakey, who ended up getting kind of clipped in the back end there by Trevor Schrader. And the final 14th position. 14 drivers here, ready to go. And pace truck lights should be off one more time around that. Pace truck's going to go ahead and tuck on into the infield. And then we're going to try our best from our angle here to find the fastest guy out there. Michael Farron, I guarantee you he's going to be one of the Speedy Gonzalez out there. We'll see if who can run him down. Dylan Ayler is going to be a tight one to see if he can run down. I'm interested to see if Matthew Croakey can fight his way back to the front. He's going to have a lot of trouble finding his way through. All right, here we go. Green flag is out. Oh, we're already mixing it up here in the back. Looks like Chris Schaefer got out to a terrible start there. Slid around. Now he's still having trouble. We got the driver into the wall here. Schrader, the woes continue, and the pileup is still happening here. Charles Mayo was mashed up. Boy, that didn't take long at all. Let's take a look at that replay here with Schrader. Figure out what happens here. Yeah, it looks like he's getting caught up in here. Let me see if we can find a top area. There he is, making contact right there. Which unfortunately sends him around. Look at that sneak underneath. Oh boy, I think that's Croakey right there. Boom. Croakey gets hooked. So these two have some damage. Let's rotate back to... It says Ian Humphreys had some trouble as well. Let's take a look at what he's got going on. That was the first pileup. And then here they come mashing up each other again. Man. Yeah, hopefully not a bunch of drivers out of the race here. You know, a couple of guys are trying to come back down. Schrader ended up in a lot of trouble. Chris Schaefer, he's down to 13th. Croakey is now 12th. Mayo, he's sitting in the 11th position. Cunha in the 54 ended up in a lot of trouble too. So did Ian Humphreys in the 53. So we're going to try to re-rack him. Let's start this again. I think that may be a chance for Michael Farron to figure out a way to run Ayler down. Ayler had an awesome restart there. All right, here we go. Under green flag again. Ayler, another fantastic start. got the separation he needs now, about half a second. Rotating on through, biggest mover of the race isn't Ian Humphreys. He ended up in a tangle up, but he moved up 4. Slicing on around. I know our tower's going to shuffle it up here just a little bit, but caution laps do not count. So everything, there we go. Now we're back on track. Now watch Michael Farron. Fastest on the track with a 14.68. He's 2/10 faster than Dylan Ayler. Ayler may have to try to kind of figure out how he's going to combat that 22 when he catches up to him. Rotating back, Brian Aux, bottom line. Oh! Man, Brian Aux looked like he made contact there with Evertson. And now Aux down to 7th, but he holds it together. Great job, and that's exactly what you want to see. Driving style like that. People, guys just handling that car and getting it back on the track and not actually wrecking each other out. Let's rotate up to Austin Medea, is now up 5 positions. Looks like next one he's going to be trying to get is Matt Grimm. I would say good luck. Matt Grimm is a tough driver here, but he gets him. Caution. I think something happened to Jordan Lawrenson out there. See what's happening with that CSR replay here, and let's see what happens. Oh, stuck in the wall. Well, there are always good things and bad things about kind of playing on a game here. You can't make this up. Fortunately, he is not injured, but that is going to hook his car, and he's stuck. Smiley face on his helmet may turn to a frown here as he's going to be in the back of the pile. Dylan Ayler still in the lead here in that 92 machine. Michael Farron has got to figure out another way to get around him. Definitely, he is capitalizing big time on these restarts. Best time out there on the track is held by Farron with a 14.68. About the top 7 drivers are the only ones who have broken past that 15-second limit and into the 14s. So they get the choose rule. Dylan Ayler will start out front. That means Michael Farron will now have to battle next to Bob Evertson. Fortunately, he's got the bottom line. See how we get going here. Evertson gets a great jump there with Michael Farron. Farron not able to get the top line where he wants to be. He's going to be in a lot of trouble here as Dylan Ayler is pulling away. Inside line for Farron. As soon as Farron can get clear here, he's going to try to run him down. Matt Grimm. Don't want to count him out at all. Sitting 4th place. He's up 4. Definitely getting deep into the top 5 now. Evertson will be next on his list. Whoa! As Matthew Matier almost rearranges the rear bumper of his car. That was close. So 64 Milwaukee machine up 1 position, looking to gain a few more. Michael Farron has beaten Evertson, and now Ayler's next on his list. Fastest run through 3 and 4 with a 7.28. And we are back under caution. I was about to say, he actually ran a lot slower with an 8-second there, but there's a reason why. He's got a pace truck to stop behind. I believe Trevor Schrader, the woes continue right now. Tonight is not his night. All right, let's see if we can take a CSR cinematography replay here and take a look at it. Oh. I think he gets into Brian Aux there. It looks like Aux may have been trying to back up that turn. That's not the first time that's happened. He got tangled up before doing the exact same thing. Kind of, I think everybody's checking up on him here tonight. Right now, Schrader is not happy about that. So Brian Aux, the rookie. It's Pop there. As it shuffles through here, we'll go ahead and get back underway. Actually, a little more cautions than I think we expected here. Got a lot more speed, a lot more guys going for this competition here, but it's definitely getting harder and harder. Single file now. So that's going to be ugly for some of these other drivers, but this should give Michael Farron a chance. He's got to make that jump quick. He does. Look how close he kept him this time. Quarter of a second behind. That's a lot better than half to 3/4 of what it was before. Oh, Farron, bad turn. No. So Farron is going to be playing catch-up. Bob Evertson, middle lane, and now notice how the track is starting to break down here a little bit. Slick in some areas and a lot stickier in others, so some of these guys trying to find their favorite line as the cushion wears out very, very quick. Austin Madeja back up there, giving Mateer exactly what he deserves, kind of pushing everybody around. He pushes back. Keeping an eye on that number 20 as he's up there next to the 64 Mateer. Mateer trying to see if he can find a room through. But he's getting broken away. He's got Matt Grimm to overcome, and Grimm is tough. Taking here on the back, Jordan Lawrenson has dropped 4 positions, sitting in that 11th. Try to run down Cunha and Schaefer. Schaefer right now losing a bunch of positions now, sitting 9th. And Brian Auks has lost 9 positions, sitting in that 13th spot. So not looking good after that late pit stop here. Rotating back up front, Evertson and Farron. Seeing if they can see if they can run down Dylan Ayler here. Right now, if this stays this way, I don't know if there's going to be enough time with the cushion running out for Farron. He's having trouble finding that finding the speed he had earlier in the run. So far, he is running still about a 10th faster than Ayler, but just can't seem to find the line here as he clips the wall a few times on the way through. Let's rotate back to right now the biggest gainer, who was originally the worst loser here, of Matthew Croakey. He's up to 6th. Yeah, there we go. Watch that 64 spin out there, another position. He's going to slide up another one there, but unfortunately he remains in 6th because Austin Madeja slid underneath the bottom. Lap 17 underway here. Croakey now in 6th, trying to look for the top 5 here. He's got a chance. Whoa, man, as he gets blocked. Austin Madeja rides it up higher, and the number 2 of Croakey bites the wall. Farron only off by about 0.3 of a second off Ayler, still in the chase. 91 of Matt Grimm utilizing the bottom line. I think what's happening here is you're starting to see a couple lines here. Bottom is still kind of tacky, middle slick, top is running out of cushion. So far, so good. Watch Madeja, Grimm with a bad turn. Now he's got 2 drivers that are all over him. He's in trouble. Matt Grimm has Austin Madeja. Madeja got around. Croakey trying to follow along, 3 wide. They're squeezing it here. Croakey running out of room. Rotate to the outside. Croakey's got the turn angle here. He's trying to hold it. He's loose. Oh my gosh. Croakey doing everything he can to try to keep the tires on the ground. Not having any luck here. Back up front, Farron still trying to run down Ayler with about 4 laps to go. Here we go. Keep going. Michael Farron is all over Dylan Ayler. Let's ride along with him here. Something to keep in mind here as we're taking a look. Michael Farron and Dylan Ayler are now running up on some lap traffic here. Brian Auks will be next, who may end up going a lap down here. Dylan Ayler is going to run into him. Caution. Oh my gosh. Lifeline thrown out for Brian Auks, and I think Croakey's in pit. There, I see him wing missing. Matthew Croakey, we saw how he's battling back there. We pop off him just for a second. If something bad happens, let's go ahead and see how bad. Oh, man. Boom. Yeah, you can definitely see when he originally started here, look at how he's wobbling heading into the turn. I think he's been having a whole lot of trouble. Between Mateer and Madeja there, those guys have really been giving him a run. I don't know if he made contact there with Matt Grimm. I would question if there was anything that kind of started it up. Let's rotate back here because that looks like a really crummy turn here from Croakey. Look at the turn. Clips the wall here. He's grinding the wall, following behind, trying to get into the cushion. Has to check up. Tries to get going. He's spinning. That's the wheel spin. He's trying to recover and then clips the wall again. Yeah, Croaky doing everything he can, especially with that bad heat run. It's starting to come from all the way to the back to the front. It just really kind of threw his race away here. Pace truck is off. Got another driver in the Giddings Mobile Repair work area. Croaky and Schrader, I believe, are out of it. Dylan Ayler, back away we go. Only a couple laps here for Farron to run him down, and right now that is not what he needed. He finally started getting a run on him earlier, and that may do it. Michael Farron is going to be coming up to the white flag this time by. 22 Machine of Farron's got to come up with something. Triangulates the turn to get the turn exit. Dylan into the wall. Uh-oh, somebody started looking in the mirror. Tries to block low. Farron is going to try to run him down, but is not going to get it as Dylan Ayler takes the win here at Lincoln Speedway. There's the contact. Yeah, there you go. Let him know all about it. Get our results up for you as soon as they squared away and confirm everybody has made the finish. There it is. Dylan Ayler, Michael Farron, Bob Evertson, 1, 2, and 3. Fantastic job. Austin Medea just misses the top 3. Matthew Mateer in the 5th. Grimm 6th. Schaefer 7th. Good to see Schaefer battle back up after he had fallen down a bunch of positions. Originally started 5th, dropped all the way down to 13th, got back up to 7th in a matter of 25 some odd laps, so that was tough. Great job by all those guys. We're going to try to run down all our finishers. I'm sure Michael Farron will be pretty excited to have a conversation with us again. And we'll see how we can do here. Bob Evertson, we are still in the hunt for Mr. Evertson and still in the hunt for Mr. Ayler. Guys, you hold on just a second. We'll try to run down our finishers here, and we'll wrap this night up here with the Thunder Racing League. Don't go away. All right, everybody, and we are catching up with our third place finisher here. Bob Evertson gets the third place finish. Man, what a wild run this was. Interesting to see. Not a single one of you guys, 1, 2, and 3, moved a position here tonight.
Yeah, I know it was a little bit of a crazy one. I mean, shout out to Austin, who I got into in the heat race. If it wasn't for him losing it in front of me, I wouldn't have got the opportunity to start so far up. So, and he's a teammate. We were talking a bunch of smack about it in Discord.
Okay. Well, definitely good to have friends out there, you know, rather than enemies. I would probably say Farron and Ayler may be neck and neck out there. It's going to be pretty tough. But talk to me about your race here tonight. I mean, how did the track hold up? Because it looked like the lines really started wearing away and just slicked off for a lot of drivers.
Yeah, I didn't have the confidence or the talent to run the top side like the two in front of me. Ayler and Farron had it dialed, and I was kind of hoping one of them would make a mistake. So I just found a comfortable line. There was a little bit of grip in the middle, so I tried to hit that. Started pulling away from fourth place, but we got caution ridden a little bit there towards the end. I guess everyone getting antsy to make position. But all in all, I think it was a pretty good race, and glad to be on the podium.
Oh yeah, that definitely for sure. And I know a bunch of drivers out here, just trying to see if they can find the right line and where to be. Charlotte is next week. How confident are you heading into that track?
Well, it's my home track. I live about an hour and a half from Charlotte, so we'll see what happens. I might do well, might end up upside down, but I think those are the only two options for me.
Well, Croaky is the only one who ended upside down here tonight. Fantastic job on your third place finish. Give me your shout outs here.
All right, I'm gonna go with, well, first of all, for my old lady for giving me the time, let me do this. Getting Hooks, CTFX, A&J Custom Creations, Highline Cinematography, and M9 Setups for keeping us quick out there. And
All
a
right.
big shout out to you for putting on this broadcast, man. You've been doing a bomb job. Keep it up.
Awesome. Appreciate it, man. Hey, when you guys race awesome, the broadcast is even better. Appreciate it, Bob, and we'll catch up with you next time.
Yes, sir. Don't forget Inferno Motorsports. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, everybody. That is Bob Evertson. That moves us to Mike Farron here. Don't forget about it, Timmy. I still see you out there, buddy. We'll get to you in just a second. I want to try to see if we can run down our second place finisher here with Michael Farron. Kind of rooting him on here tonight. Michael Farron, I think if there weren't cautions tonight, this may have been your race to lose.
Yeah, man. Anytime I was telling Dylan, anytime that there was a chance or an opportunity to make a move, a caution would come out. And then we had a stretch. I thought I saw him making mistakes, but no, it was a good race, man. Real good.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And what gives you the confidence to run that high line so close to the guardrail? Some guys, they go up there and it bites them. It seemed you didn't take as much damage as some of these other guys out there.
Yeah, lots of practice. A lot of throttle control. You need to know when to get out of it, when you're getting into the turn, how much to give it when you're in the turn. It's just a lot of practice.
Yeah, it was definitely tough, man. I'm interested to see, because we watched you for a good bit of the laps here tonight, and Dylan Ayler just had the restarts, and I think, by the time you were able to start running him down, you started running out of time, and just the amount of caution stacking up here. Hopefully Charlotte doesn't end up like this.
Yeah, it's another track that it stays top dominant. He's fast, man. He's very talented. I mean, he puts in the work, so congrats to Dylan. It paid off.
All right, man. Well, the two of you all will be able to duke it out next week. You did have the fastest time on the track with a 14:68. I mean, dude, that is amazing. But the amount of speed you're able to put down. Michael Farron, give me your shout-outs here.
M9 Performance, Wide Bridge Hobbies, Allegheny Mountain Knives, Them Bones Brewing, just everyone over at M9, Dylan, Croaky's voice left him this week, so. But other than that, but yeah, anyone needs good fast setups, M9, good help, good coaching. I mean, you're getting coached by pros. I can't thank them enough.
All right, man. Actually, appreciate that. I noticed they are the pole award here, the sponsor for the pole position, the M9 award. So excellent job tonight, man. We'll catch up with you here in a couple of weeks.
Hey, thank you.
All right, by Michael Farron there out there in the chat saying, Michael, he had it in him to win that one. Yeah, he was definitely Speedy Gonzalez out there. He just didn't have enough time, and with a couple of cautions that kind of riddled this race, I think it took it out of him there just a little bit. But yeah, definitely expect Michael Farron to return in the next few weeks, at least with a win. Let's rotate to our race winner here in the Veteran and Warrior One-Stop Shop Victory Lane, Dylan Ayler. What a wild run he had here tonight, and just seemed to edge out Farron there as Farron ran him down, caution, and another fantastic restart. Dylan Ayler, was it the restarts, or is your setup just the one to beat here tonight?
The setup, it was dialed in, but the restarts definitely helped. Lincoln's hard to pass anyway, and I knew every time Mike was getting a run, I kept waiting for a slider, and we'd get a timely caution, which really helped, because I knew that on the restarts I could pull him, half straightaway or so and give myself a little bit of a gap going into one. So, yeah, the cautions definitely kept him at bay, because I feel like he was a little faster in 3 and 4 than I was, and I felt like I was a little better in 1 and 2. But
All right. Well, we had eyeballs on you there for probably the last few laps. Did you start getting nervous right here toward the end? Because it looked like you got a little loose, clipped the wall, and then tried to block low in the final few turns.
absolutely, actually leading up to that, the last few, we were approaching on that lap car really fast, and I was like playing the scenarios out in my head of how I was going to try to block Mike and try to pass this lap car, because I felt like if I got out of line too much or if I sat behind the lap car, it was going to cause me an issue. And then on the final restart, I was just basically trying to, I knew it was green, white, checkered. So I knew if I could get out to a little bit and just not make a big mistake, he was going to have to try to throw a bomb. And I knew once I got through 1 and 2, we'd come down, and I just kind of ran the middle, blocked the line.
All right. Well, that M9 setup, I'm sure worked. Obviously worked really, really well tonight, and just your slight tweaks just seem to be able to better out the entire field. You started first, ended first. Michael Farron started second, ended second, and Bob Everton started third, ended third. So you guys battled back and forth all night, but didn't seem to move at all. It was the rest of the field that got mixed up. I want to talk to you about next week, Charlotte. Next time I will see you is actually Lernerville. You feeling pretty confident in both those tracks?
Yeah, I like Charlotte and Lernerville. They're not like Lincoln. I've done my time on both of them, and I got lots of laps in, so it not too much surprises. Charlotte, you're gonna have to beat the fence down, and Lernerville, you're gonna have to run the top and not fall off the edge. So, like I said, I like both of those tracks, so I'm pretty excited to be short track racing. I'm kind of overrunning the big tracks.
All right, man. Well, go ahead and tell me who you have to thank here tonight, your sponsors and the people out here watching you.
First and foremost, Trevor and his crew over at M9 Setups. If y'all need a setup, head over to M9. He'll hook you up. A2 Performance Horses, A&W Refrigeration, Baldwin Racing Engines. And I'd like to thank you for the broadcast and the whole crew over there at Thunder Racing League for keeping the league going.
Yeah, no problem, man. Definitely like making you look good here in the front. Congratulations on your win tonight, and I'll catch up with you in a couple of weeks.
Appreciate it.
All right, everybody. Dylan Ayler, your race winner here tonight. That is going to do it for our broadcast tonight. It was a wild one. Do want to give a shout-out to all of our sponsors. Inferno Motorsports, Veteran and Warrior One-Stop Shop. Getting hooked. Don't forget to check out Gettings Mobile Repair Service there. A&J Custom Creations, and CSR Cinematography. We got plenty of guys out there. If you're looking to sponsor the league, you know who to contact. And don't forget to check out inferno.motorsports23@gmail if you're looking to be part of the Inferno Motorsports team and getting hooked out there. They definitely got some awesome stuff, especially Triple Tail and that Snook out there. So I'm definitely kind of still waiting on that. Guys, appreciate you joining us here tonight. It was a blast, but we're gonna have to sign off here. I'll catch all you guys next time. Wednesday night is the next time you see me. Be well, be safe, be kind, and I'll see y'all next time.